quickly see how to set up a multi-factor authentication. Multi-factor authentication is nothing but that's an additional level of security that you're going to build or create for your account, right? That's my Bits account. How do I set up a multi-factor authentication for? This is what you're going to see. Which service? By now you should be aware of it. IAM. Or you can search from there, Identity and Access Management. Now if I scroll down, um, click on user, and you can have over here, root user has multi-factor authentication. This current user, if you want to add multi-factor authentication, click on add MFA. Yeah, and it's going to ask which is a secure strategy that you need to use. Passkey is a hardware device kind of a thing where you need to have, you can have a hardware TOTP token. I've never done any of this activity except for a authenticator app, which is nothing but install Google Authenticator from your iOS or your Play Store, right? And then click on next. Device name. I'm going to say test device, or just create whatever is your device, right? Or to be, you can say Bits device, so that makes sense, right? I'm going to click on next. Yeah, so it's going to ask you install, first install it, then show QR code. Yeah, and then scan this QR code with this app, and then it's going to ask you for a authenticator. Let me just actually do that so that for my enter a setup key, scan a QR code. I'm just actually scanning it. Okay, I got it created. It's going to ask me for setting it up. Just waiting for the number to change. It's going to change every 60 seconds. 149697. That's the first code. I have to wait for another 30 seconds. Not sure whether it's 30 seconds or 60 seconds. Yeah, it's 30 seconds only. It's moving pretty fast. Yeah. So the moment second one change, yeah, so I got my next number 025049. Yeah, add MFA. Done. I'm done with my MFA as well. Yeah, I created MFA. Now, one other additional level of security that we're talking about is creating an access key. Now, that's a CLI process, PowerShell SDK. If you wanted to access your environment, let me just quickly show you that creating access key as well. So click on this create access key for command line interface. I'm going to say for command line interface, I'm going to create it. There is another video I've created already on the same, but just an additional, yeah. So alternative recommended, use AWS CLI, V2 and AWS login, blah, blah, blah. Ignore all those things right now. Using command line interface, I'm going to click on next. I understand. Okay, next. And then description tag value. I'm going to delete this anyways. I just wanted to show you Bits access ID. Access ID. I'm just going to mention as big Bits access ID and create access key. Right. So at the moment I click on create access key, see over here it's already been created. So this is my access key and this is my access ID. So just download it because you can see that only for the first time. Yeah. So if you click on this download CSV file, let's even do that. Yeah. Downloaded. This is my downloaded file. The moment I click on it, I can see. Yeah. Double click on it. That's my access ID and secret access key. So in programmatically or anywhere you want to use it, you will be using that. Let me just show you setting it up or using this in my CLI. So how do I configure? I've already spoken about this in a previous account. So I'm just going to do a CD enter. What is this? Let me just show that once again. So command space, and I can have terminal, enter terminal. That's my terminal. I just want to beautify it slightly, show inspector. This for Mac user, AWS user, sorry, the Windows user. You may want to just find out how exactly it's been done. Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. home view, so that dark color appears, which is soothing for your eyes. I'm just going to do a command plus 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 so that you can expand the window, right? Now I saw that what we saw the user ID and this is the password. For a CLI, how do I enable this is what I wanted to show. Now I type in command AWS, enter. Yeah, that means it recognizes an AWS as a command. Otherwise, it's going to say AWS not known. How exactly? So if you go back and then go AWS CLI download, right? The moment you do that, installing or updating the latest version of the AWS CLI, Mac, Windows, Linux, please choose this option, click next, 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 and you should be able to sort it out. Yeah, that's how I've done it. And now AWS, now what the command that you need to type in is AWS configure. The moment you type in AWS configure, it's going to ask you for an access ID. I've already set it up. Maybe I'll just try showing you this one, right? So I've already set it up. I'm going to go back over here, but now I'm going to do this again. I'm going to copy this. Yeah, Control V, enter. Now what's the passcode? Yeah, that's my passcode, which is already available even in my account, to be frank. Yeah, show this. That's my passcode. Show. And then I'm going to copy it from here, which is exactly available over there, 07A. If you go this, you will see at 07A, right? It's the same password. Now to the account, what we have to do, sorry, it's for the CLI, correct? Yeah, I'm going to provide this, enter, right? It's going to ask you for a region. Remember we spoke about region? Region is nothing but this one. So if you go back to S3, I can see it as this is my region. I have around so many regions available over here, close to 30 plus. There's a separate video on region. You can just go ahead and have a look at it, but these are the current region. Yeah. And I'm going to say by default, I wanted to keep it as AP South 1. Now, what is AP South 1? If I click over here, I can see if I see Mumbai, that is AP South 1 for me. Now, if you want to go and land in North Virginia, that is going to be US East 1. Yeah, that's what it means. I'm going to just press enter so that it's going to say I've used it. Now I want to maintain table format. If I just type in JSON and enter, it becomes JSON format for me, but table looks very cleaner for me, so I retain it as, or maybe for your JSON, right? It maintained everything as JSON. Now AWS S3 LS, enter. It's going to say what all are the buckets available in AWS. So I got a bucket, bits SPK DSP bucket. That's a bucket available. That means now I do have access from my CLI to my AWS environment. That's exactly what it means is. Yeah. So if you see my bucket is bits SPK DSP BKT. Yeah, you can see over here bits SPK DSP BKT. Yeah. That's all for now. Thank you.